Breathing is one of the first and foremost things we should consider before we get underneath the barbell or start lifting it off the ground. Reason being, if we can organize our breath and we can organize our midsection, guess what? Chances are we're going to be able to access our lower body better, or the musculature better, and isolate it better so that we can actually get a stimulus to those muscle groups rather than just doing deadlifts one day and then feeling your low back the next. So my favorite way to start learning how to breathe is with a wall. Now we're going to be lying on our back, again very safe for the spine, not much load going through it, also an easier position to focus on our breath and see what's happening. Now we're going to start targeting what's called the TVA, the transverse abdominis, which kind of sits behind the six-pack that we know and love. So to do this, we're going to be really close to the wall, so much so that when you put your feet up, you're going to have a 90-degree bend. Now this is one of the best cues I've ever heard, that it was a light bulb moment for me when I heard it. But rather than thinking of sucking your belly button to your spine to get your TVA on, you're going to think about your two hip bones here, the bony parts on your waist, and you're going to think about pulling them together. So I'm going to take a breath in, and as I exhale, pulling the hip bones together. Hopefully you saw my belly come in a little bit. This is how I know my TVA is on. If you want to feel what your rectus abdominis feels like, do a crunch. Should feel slightly different. And this is the first thing. We need to get this down pat first. So take a breath. Exhale and try and pull those hip bones together. And from here, our goal is to be able to maintain this brace. From there, I'm going to think about pressing into the wall gently. It doesn't have to be a lot, yeah? But what you'll notice is you might feel this tense up even more as the lower body starts to get involved now and there's a bit of tension building through the body. From here, our goal is to take a breath in. Maintaining this ab brace, we then exhale for the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Taking another breath in and exhale. Doing this for about 3 to 5 breaths. And what I like about this is with that eccentric contraction, essentially that out breath, what we're doing is actually learning how to contract that TVA a little bit more. So this is a really nice drill. This is your starting position. Once you get really good at this, you can migrate to a potentially harder variation, such as one on the box, where you start in the same position as you had on the wall, but this time there's no wall to push into, and we have to recruit a little bit more posterior chain as we dig our heels into the box. So we have that 90-degree angle, toes are up. From here, the lower back should already be flat. If it's not, slight posterior pelvic tilt. You don't have to dig your low back in though, yeah? Just a gentle tuck. From here, we're doing the same thing with the breath. Breathing in first, contract hip bones together, hold here, lift. Just enough so that your hips are off the floor. From here, we do the exact same drill. Breathing in, exhaling for breath in, and exhale for 5 before coming back down. And so the trick is, can you maintain that contraction of, if we visualize it this way, the hip bones coming together, can manage to maintain that contraction of the TVA the entire time throughout this drill. Obviously, this TVA activation can be done with dead bugs and the like as well, but what I like about this is the focus on the breath and using the breath to help kind of contract that as well. So give this one a go and watch your lower body lifts skyrocket.